All right, part 3 of your video tutorial for the Video Lobby computer. We're going to talk about order organization in ITV, what to do to make sure that you're able to start organizing the orders that come in, making your playlists so that each DVD that you make, each customer order, has a playlist so that you can be working as you go. Because each DVD that we produce includes all the routines that a customer orders. We can include about 20 to 25 routines on a disc. Um, and so we want to be working and organizing those as we go so that it's not during the rush hour or the time when most orders are finishing up that we're trying to put everything together. We want to work as we go, get what we can done until that final burn happens. So in ITV, we've got all these routines, and you can see I have entries 1 through 7 trimmed, and if you remember, I can tell that they're trimmed because this eye tells me that they haven't been worked on yet. So I know that it's been trimmed when the eye is gone, as long as it comes without the eye from console, if console didn't do anything with it on their computer. So I'm going to open it up, and just to show the trims that we did in the previous video tutorial, you can see that it's trimmed. I've double checked the spelling and I've got the entry name on it, and then I've got an order that's come in for 3 routines, and I'm going to make a playlist with that order by hitting Command N on my keyboard, and you can see it's going to ask for a new playlist, and I'm going to name it, and I'm going to name it the last name of the customer, which helps me match it up to my post-it over on the video lobby center shelf, and it helps me match it up to the order form. And then I'm going to put the entry number of the last entry on their order. For instance, 007, that's the last entry that they ordered. And then I'm going to do parentheses, and I'm going to do the number of routines. So you can see over here in my playlist now, I've got the last name of the order, which allows me to match it up to my post-it organization and my order form. I've got the name of the last routine, or the number of the last routine here, which allows me to see quickly by looking over it here. If I have a lot of orders, I can organize them by when they're going to be burned, and they're always going to be burned after the last routine that performs gets trimmed and put in the file. And then I've got in parentheses here the number of routines, and I can match that up to this number over here on the right so that it'll show me when something's ready to be burned, when it has all the files. And then I can take my trimmed routines, and I have to make sure that they're trimmed before I put them in the playlist, and drag them and drop them into the playlist. And you can see how this number changed to 1, and then 2, and then I've got my third routine over here in the playlist, and you can see that now it's ready to burn. And by clicking on the playlist, I can select all of the routines and take it into Toast. And once I have all the routines selected that I want to put into Toast, I select Toast up here, the top icon, and that sends these routines over to Toast, which is where we burn the DVD. Everything in Toast is pretty much standard. The only thing that we have to change for each order is the DVD video name. We don't want to keep it as My Movie. It's kind of a little bit amateur and dinky if you receive a DVD called My Movie. So we're always going to name it the same thing for each city. It's StarQuest DVD, and make sure you get that capital Q in there. Space dash space, and then the city, comma, state abbreviation that you're in. So each weekend is going to be different, but it's the same for that entire show. StarQuest DVD, Omaha, Nebraska. And as soon as I've verified that the entries are in numerical order, sometimes they get shifted. If, let's say, entry 7 performed out of order, it might be before 4. We want to make sure that on the disk, unless the customer asks specifically that they're in numerical order. This is my last chance to spell check the routines as well. And then I just go down and I click the big red button. That's going to take me into a record screen. And I'm going to select my recorder. And Matsushita is the internal recorder on the Macintosh computer. That's your backup recorder. When you have plugged in the Video Lobby external burner, or the toaster as we call it, another recorder will show up called Pioneer, and that will be selected during the load-in process and will stay consistent throughout the weekend. And we're always going to record just one copy because we've got duplication towers if we need more than one copy of the disc. And then we just hit record. And the DVD drive is going to pop out, and you insert a printed disc in there and close the tray, and it'll start burning. And you can be working and doing trimming while it's burning so that you're not backed up. And as soon as that DVD pops out, you've made a DVD and you've produced it, and the customer can pick it up as soon as you put it in a case. So that's part 3. We've gone through trimming and burning or toasting. Next up in the video series, we're going to talk about Cinematize, which is a kind of a backup way of backing up console in case they miss a record. And we're also going to talk a little bit about bulk order pricing in the Excel spreadsheet. So stay tuned.